Welcome to XR News, where we bring you news you can use from across the metaverse. Produced by Educators in VR, XR News is filmed before a live audience, and you can find past episodes on the Educators in VR XR News YouTube channel and playlist.
Now today, I'm really excited about this, y'all. We're exploring the impact of AI and XR, but in a different way. After the news, we're going to talk about how AI and XR is changing how we travel. XR has always been about travel, visiting fascinating lands, alien worlds, exploring places on our planet as well as on our imagination. And with the increasing access to AI and XR, AI guides, agents, and characters, how's this going to impact how we travel through virtual reality, the world of virtual reality, right? So we're going to talk about this afternoon, so get ready for that.
That's going to be interesting. Well, all the links to the news that we cover every week here in Engage XR is on Discord and our other social media channels. If you haven't subscribed yet, click that button.
And thank you everyone for joining us. Since 2018, the XR News team has brought you news, topics, and special events, special guests, as well as special events from around the metaverse every Wednesday here in Engage XR. We have all the latest events and activities for you to join. So stay tuned. Here we go for this weekend and beyond. Let's get rolling, folks.
Okay. Last week, our first Wednesday XR News Med Health Edition featured the incredible Shannon Putman of Putman XR Consulting with host Rachel D. She took us on a journey to explore the uses of medical scenarios here in Engage XR that stress test medical students with interactive AI characters, talking about her amazing XReps app for schools that helps students test their career choices to see if this is what they really want to do. She was amazing and gave us new insights into interactive training exercises in Engage XR. Check out the video in our Educators in VR YouTube channel if you missed it.
Next week, our third Wednesday episode will be our monthly Innovation Spotlight edition with Maxwell McGee, Chris Madston, and Dr. Tom Furness. We'll dive into the unexpected and innovative in Engage XR and beyond. It's likely that the team will be showing off the newest update to Engage XR's Experience Editor and AI agents, so you do not want to miss it, along with some other surprises.
Always. The XR News is produced by Educators in VR and run by volunteers. Thank you so much to our partners, supporters who keep us going, including the Reinhardt Foundation, Girls STEAM Institute, iLearn, Virtual World Society, Vertex Form 3D, Cadets, Metaverse, and Bridgemakers. And special thanks always goes to Engage XR for their continued support, which allows us to do the show here every week.
If you or your company would also like to sponsor the XR News, please contact us at educatorsinvr.com.
And now on to industry news. Did you catch the Apple conference this week? Apple announced using its hardware dominance to enforce child safety at the operating system level, rather than relying on software layer compliance.
So what does that mean?
Good question. By making authenticated child accounts mandatory for device activation and controlling content filters globally, Apple effectively bypasses the need for individual developers to self-regulate or build independent age verification systems. This centralized control allows Apple to force global alignment with stringent data protection frameworks, insulating its app ecosystem from regional legal liabilities by handling user authentication entirely before an application is ever downloaded.
You know, I like this approach, especially with Canada announcing today that they're jumping on the 16 years or older age verification movement. Get the verification at the device core rather than individual apps. For platforms like VRChat and Engage XR, this hardware-level gatekeeping offers an architectural lifeline, allowing them to offload identity tracking and focus strictly on community experience. And then that way you avoid the regulatory non-compliance traps that have crippled independent platforms.
You are so right. Making age verification device specific should make it easier for everyone to deal with the age verification process.
I hope.
We hope. We can only hope.
Yes.
That's true. Well, Vertigo Games announced the next entry in their legendary Arizona Sunshine franchise, and it's going to be a flat screen only game, no headsets required. The studio announced that following its parent company merger, the next big project is shifting completely out of VR to focus on traditional platforms. Boo. It's a
Hmm.
bold move for a team that practically helped define early VR zombie shooters.
This shift towards flat screens actually ties into research that's coming out of cyberpsychology and human-computer interaction space. Researchers have been looking at the difference between 3D and 2D. What happens when you use 3D social VR platforms like Horizon Worlds on a flat 2D screen on mobile and desktop. While it makes the apps way more accessible, agree on that, and easier to scale, the data shows it introduces a massive social tax.
A social tax, Laurel. That's an interesting way to put it.
It is. So what happens is that when you strip away the 3D environment, the entire psychological connection changes. Even though a 2D user is hearing the exact same voice chat, their brain categorizes the interaction as a passive experience, closer to a Zoom call or a standard video game, according to the researchers.
So the player feels less presence. There's no agency.
Yeah, and a big
Interesting.
part of this problem is what researchers are now calling the tracker gap. Another new term we have to pay attention to.
Oh.
Headset users communicate effortlessly with body language, hand gestures, and natural personal space, right? But 2D users are kind of like bricks. They're stuck tapping keyboards, clicking mice, and triggering clunky animations, which ruins the flow of an organic conversation.
Yeah, that's true. But when I'm in 2D, it still kind of feels immersive, like I'm really there. But the research is saying otherwise.
Yeah, studies show that flat screen users face way more distractions. Okay, that I agree with from real world
Yeah.
environments,
Vouch for
okay?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
leading to higher levels of boredom and a much weaker sense of connection to the group. Okay, that makes sense. All right, that because I spent a lot of time in 2D too. The big takeaway from the data is really clear, that, okay, and we have to be honest about this, going 2D is a smart business play for tech companies to acquire users quickly. That makes total sense. But if you're looking
Yes.
for a true hyper-personal bonding to combat loneliness, 2D screen only provides communication. It takes a 3D headset to provide actual connection.
That's a very good point. So 3D and VR still win. Yay!
Yeah!
Bravo.
Yay!
Now, unfortunately, we have some disappointing news to report that about another VR platform.
Oh.
Spatial will be closing its independent creator access July 27th. In a statement detailing the closure, Spatial CEO Jin-Ha Lee cited the unsustainable, climbing costs of hosting and scaling open multiplayer 3D worlds. The parent company, Niantic, indicated that their attempts to sell the social VR platform were unsuccessful in the current market. Spatial has provided guides to help users export their content.
Now, with the recent closure of several platforms and the opening of new ones, the Virtual Worlds Museum is working hard to help users preserve their virtual worlds and experience histories with a new Spotlight series. So excited about this. And a Kickstarter campaign that will fund episodes of a video documentary showcasing creator interviews with world tours. So check it out. Lend your support and help us all preserve the history of the metaverse. It's so important. Now, this interesting piece of news came up this week. And as we look back across 10 years of consumer VR and how fast the AI is reshaping everything that's going on around us and it, U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders has introduced the American AI Sovereign Wealth Fund Act, and it could have major implications for XR.
The what act?
Yeah. So the idea is simple. and it's a little on the bonkers side. So let me explain it here. It's not bonkers. I think it's a great idea.
Hmm.
AI systems are trained on data created by the public, so the public should share in the value, right? That should make sense. It's
Yeah.
our stuff, right? The
Right.
proposal would place a one-time 50% tax paid with stock from major AI companies and use it to fund a national what they're calling investment pool. That fund would generate returns to support public services and potentially make direct payments to citizens, similar to Alaska's oil dividend and Norway's oil revenue programs.
Why does this matter for XR?
Good question. Because AI is quickly becoming core to spatial computing. That's what we're going to talk about later on in the show. From content generation, world building tools, AI agents leading tours, it's really there's going to be no line between these things, I think. And so if this model that Bernie Sanders is offering up, if it gains traction, if it becomes law, if it becomes an act, it could reshape who profits from the data and creativity fueling immersive profits and create a universal income. The bill's future is uncertain. You know, hey, they just went public on you know, the stock market, so they're making tons of money, and just 1 month's worth of income would probably set up the whole United States. But anyway, the bill's future is uncertain, but the bigger question now is unavoidable. Who owns the value created by AI in our digital and spatial worlds?
Oh, good point.
Yes, yes it is.
All right, Karen, take us into virtual hardware and robotics.
Ooh, that word robotics. Okay, all right.
Her favorite word.
Oh, some little elf in the XR News has expanded our category from virtual hardware to virtual hardware and robotics. I love it. All right, that is awesome. Okay, well, we'll get to that in just a minute.
Okay. We begin the virtual hardware section with Meta's new navigation system UI, which has finally rolled out to all Quest headsets. Since the beginning of the Quest era, going back to the Oculus Go, the Quest UI has basically stayed the same, right? With this new Navigator UI, the main system no longer shifts around but overlays the launcher over the screen.
And one of the biggest complaints has been, shall we say, I'm trying to be nice about this, it's the pollution. Okay, pollution of Horizon worlds and feeds in the interface. It's just overwhelming. It contains announcements that are of so little interest to the majority of Quest users. So the Worlds tab,
Yeah, it has to be
Horizon.
said.
Yeah, I know it, and I get to say the bad things. All right, the Worlds tab and Horizon feed have been completely removed. Yes. Okay, be nice, Laurel. The new streamlined interface contains user information, notification, the app library, the quick control, stuff you need, okay? I'm just so tired of that interface. Anyway, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this during our discussion and after the show.
Okay, so Meta is also trying a brand new approach to get headsets onto the faces of everyday consumers. That's why they kind of shut down their XR portion. No, okay.
No,
All right,
it isn't. No, they're expanding it. Nope.
Okay, well, I don't know where Meta's going with all this, but anyway, they just announced Meta Lab capsule spaces, hands-on, dedicated AR, AI, and VR experiential stores launching inside of 50 Best Buy locations across the United States and Canada. I don't get it. They will give people a chance to try out the Quest 3 and Ray-Ban smart glasses in person, betting that physical experiential retail is the key to mainstream adoption.
I think that's right. You know, if we can get the stuff in their hands, I think there's better hope. But
agreed.
Unfortunately, we've been hoping for this for years.
Yeah.
Long.
You know, Pico was all set, and Educators VR was working with them to bring. We were working with Europe and the US to bring the Pico into the United States using the exact same approach with kiosks in Best Buy, and the US, and that was in 2022, and the US government stopped them as foreign agents of China. I felt so it was a weird experience. Anyway, all I can say is, and this is where we need Lance to give us a drum roll. It's like, it's about time.
True.
Yes. Oh, so let's find out what's going in these kiosks. All right, let's look at the specifics.
According to reports leaked this week, and what will likely fill those stores in addition to Quest headsets are 4 new models of smart glasses as part of their massive push to hit 10 million units shipped.
Wow. Okay. Modelo, which is also the brand name of a beer, Modelo is expected as early as this June and is anticipated to be an imminent entry-level or interim audio AI pair. Luna and RBM2 Refresh are expected this fall and are a direct iteration and refresh of the highly successful Ray-Ban Meta Gen 2 line.
Also a drink. I was wondering what they were thinking when they did this.
What does this mean?
What were they thinking? What were they thinking? All right. The Mojito VIP or VIP, depending on where you are in the world, will hopefully arrive in time for the holidays and is a premier tier device. And we're waiting on details along with the specs for something that's called SSG, the Samsung Super Sensing Future Horizon glasses. I think that's what that is. That may feature an advanced camera providing this scares me, okay? I'm sorry, but it's a continuous passive environmental feed directly to Meta's upcoming Hatch AI consumer agent. I'm worried about that. Expect to see these coming to a Best Buy near you, along with the Quest 3 and 3S and whatever else Meta has up their virtual sleeves.
Snap just acquired the AR startup Illumix to boost their next-gen spectacles, and Google and Samsung are teaming up for their own smart glasses launch later this fall. It's safe to say the lightweight AR race is officially in overdrive. Illumix brings with it a massive spatial mapping platform that helps software understand, track, and interact with physical spaces reliably in the real world. Think persistent, context-aware digital assets that actually stay anchored right where you put them.
Cool.
It's unusual.
Yes. Rokid's upcoming AI-powered smart glasses feature a built-in HD camera, multimodal AI support across Google Gemini and OpenAI ChatGPT, heads-up navigation, and real-time bidirectional translation in 89.
Wow.
Oh, that sounds. Their grassroots success caps off a major international surge for Rokid, whose global business has grown 300% year over year since 2006, proving that stylish audio and display-focused AI frames are rapidly finding a mainstream audience, though likely not in the Meta lab inside a Best Buy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably true. Yep. Now, let's get back to the hardware we all love, VR headsets.
Well, Valve's waiting time is officially over. In a fresh developer update, Valve confirmed that both their standalone Steam Frame VR headset and the console-style Steam Machine are shipping this summer. Hey,
Yeah.
we still don't have final pricing though.
Really?
Still waiting, but yeah, but expected to be close to $2,000.
That's approaching Apple's headset.
Yeah.
Well, the new Steam Frame standalone verified badge sets a clear high baseline for out-of-the-box wireless play without a PC tether. To get that badge, standalone VR titles have to hit a steady 72 frames per second at a native 1728 by 1728 resolution, meaning anything rendered below 1440 by 1440 is getting flagged as unsupported. It's a huge step toward ensuring a published standalone ecosystem right at launch.
That's amazing. Now, Apple is still trying to get in the game. They just dropped a native flat screen Vision OS Steam Link app on the App Store. Now, this completely replaces that old clunky iPad app workaround. It was just crazy. This new Steam Link app streams 2D flat screen games from your PC in beautiful uncompressed 4K at 120 frames per second. Wow. So early user reviews are calling it an absolute game changer for spatial productivity and focus. We will see.
The hardware enthusiast community is buzzing over the first full wave of reviews for the Pimax Crystal Light, formerly known as the Dream Air prototype. They managed to pack dual Sony micro OLED displays with massive 4K resolution per eye, native eye tracking, and motorized IPD adjustment into a chassis that weighs only 170 grams. Reviewers are calling it flat out the best visual clarity ever achieved in a consumer VR headset.
Wow.
Wow.
Because it utilizes a raw, uncompressed DisplayPort cable to feed directly from your GPU, there is zero compression mush, zero Mura, and deep infinite blacks that put it on par with an Apple Vision Pro display. Priced for prosumers at about $2,000 USD, it really brings the power of tethered PC VR to the VR space.
Wow. That's amazing.
No kidding. If you think XR is being shaken up by the shift from 3D to flat screens, here's a bigger one. AI is about to get a body.
What? What?
Ah,
Wait a
A
minute.
viral
What?
okay.
A viral project just showed how close that is. One creator built a two-legged open source robot for about $100 by pushing the brain to the cloud and using lightweight models like ChatGPT, Gemini Flash, and Claude Sonnet. Instead of expensive hardware, it uses cheap sensors and streams movement data to AI that interprets it in real time, even describing what those motions feel like.
We're having trouble with the video. So you saw it once through. I was going to replay it, but that's wild. That is
Yeah, it
absolutely
is.
wild. Yeah.
It
I mean,
is.
But here's the catch. Today's AI still doesn't truly understand the physical world. Humans constantly predict motion milliseconds ahead. These systems mostly react. For XR, that gap matters. Closing it is what unlocks believable avatars, embodied AI, and robots that can actually move through our real spaces like we do.
Okay, so let me understand this. It's not the end of humanity just yet, right? But it's definitely it's definitely the start of something bigger.
Yeah. And speaking of bigger, Karen, when is your robot arriving, and are you getting concerned or maybe a little scared right now?
Excited, concerned, scared, wanting to lock it down at night and lock my door. And as far as it getting here, I check, ChatGPT sends me an update once a week, but it's going to be, they're going to start shipping by the end of 2026. But, I'm on the subscription plan. So the people that paid flat out, $20,000 for it are going to get it first. So I'm kind of preparing myself that I probably won't get it till 2027, but I'm hoping for earlier. But yeah, I am a little scared. I am nervous. I mean, when that little robot, Steph sent me that video that we had up a minute ago, or that's right there, and it didn't like being thrown around. The guy was kind of throwing it around. It didn't like that. Yeah, and then it said, "Pick me up, pick me up."
Oh no!
No.
Oh my God!
It was kind of cute.
It was.
We also need to remember that part of the decision in leasing this particular robot of yours is the fact that the support team uses VR headsets to see what the robot is doing and assist in training it, which we find fascinating but also a bit scary.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm hoping I'm hoping I can put my own headset on, which I've heard you can, and train it myself. But I might need a little professional help too.
Or a little practice, one or the other.
Yeah, one of the practices and things. Oh my goodness, that's going to be really. It's going to be really
you got to keep us in the loop on that,
see.
Karen.
I know.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited.
Absolutely.
Okay, on with the app news. After announcing what?
Just
are
ignore
you
it. Just
doing?
ignore it. Yeah.
Okay. After announcing the closure of the Supernatural VR fitness app and studio in a not surprising plot twist, Meta announced they are walking away from a $400 million acquisition of Supernatural and spinning the app out into a brand new, fully independent company called Supernatural Health, handing the keys straight back to the original founders and coaches.
What does that mean for the current Supernatural subscribers, Steph?
Well, the monthly subscription is jumping back up to its original $20 a month. But for a fiercely loyal community that has been surviving on repeated workouts since January, having the full coaching roster back to drop fresh daily content is a massive victory.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's for sure. Well, Upload VR just ran a deep dive feature on Realms of Flow, a highly acclaimed mindfulness app created by environmentalist artist Mark Zimmerman. Approaching VR as an immersive filmmaker rather than a traditional game developer, he combines high frame rate, stereoscopic 180-degree video with beautifully surreal CGI landscapes and intense spatial audio, allowing users to customize everything from visual depth to breathing and humming guides. Have any of you experienced it yet? It's amazing.
Oh, it does look
Hum,
interesting.
it looks really
Humming?
interesting. I like the idea of a humming. Yeah, the humming has got my attention there. Now, Apple Vision Pro users have been begging for a heavy-hitting PC VR titles, and they just got a massive double drop. Both the flight simulator X-Plane 12 and the racing giant iRacing have officially launched dedicated Vision OS streaming client apps, streaming directly to the Vision Pro at up to 120 frames per second using NVIDIA's latest Cloud XR pipeline. That is getting so much attention. It's exciting. For those with flight simulator hardware, and we have a whole aerospace team with educators in VR, this upgrade leverages the headset's high fidelity pass-through to actively track and blend your physical steering wheels, flight yokes and stuff, and your hands directly into the virtual cockpit.
Ooh,
Talk
neat.
about simulator. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. I can't
Oh,
believe it.
yes. Well,
Instead,
the
I'm going to
rest of
settle
us-
for the next one. Yeah.
well, for the rest of us who just love to play in VR, the viral indie hit I Am Cat just claimed the top spot as the most downloaded game on PlayStation VR 2. It's already on the Quest 2, 3S, and Pro. You play a physics-based feline causing absolute chaos in a massive sandbox environment. Players slap objects off counters, scale furniture, and torment an escalating cast of characters like Granny and the Butcher. I'll probably be Granny and Lance will be the Butcher.
I love it.
The multiplayer, lighthearted, physics-driven comedy remains an absolute goldmine for consumer VR adoption.
I love it.
my.
I love it.
Indeed.
That's my
And now
level.
on to world building news. A little more serious here. Blender 5.2 LTS has entered beta with some great new features, including a new experimental physics system that goes beyond hair and clothing. There's an overall screen space retracing pipeline, support for camera ray visibility lights, and faster rendering of work bend and overlay. Blender 5.2 now supports online asset libraries with the ability to register remotely hosted asset libraries while browsing them within Blender and downloading assets as you need them. This is a
Yay.
huge improvement. So check it out and get ready for the final release soon.
Oh, I'm going to look forward to that. Now, how many of you are Meshy fans? I'm slowly becoming one.
Yes,
The launch,
but I haven't.
yeah.
Yep.
The launch of Meshy 6 is a major milestone. Their new multi-angle reference engine allows builders to turn orthoscopic sketches into accurate symmetrical models with a sub-second base mesh. That really is huge differentiation in there, and low poly drafting times that render in, dig this, minutes, not days. Combined with an enhanced texturing suite supporting native 4K resolution and what they're calling PBR maps, the physically based rendering maps, we know what those are, now automatically strip out big lighting so that assets respond realistically to custom real-time engine illumination. And Meshy 6 Boy, it is really bridging the gap between rapid ambient AI drafting and production-ready performance. I think it's changing games here.
Wow. Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I have two
Yeah.
little
Really?
projects I have to bring into that. Well, you guys,
Well, we want to see them.
okay. Do you guys remember Google Poly, those low poly 3D
Oh.
objects we loved to play with in the
Mhm.
early days of the
Mhm.
metaverse? Well, AI has changed things with Google's XR blocks. That's been around too for a while. That now
Oh,
lets
wow.
anyone build physics-aware web XR prototypes using plain English prompts, no headset required. Their open
Huh.
source toolkit includes templates and a desktop simulator that runs in Chrome, making it possible to go from idea to working prototype almost instantly. Have you tried it? Anybody tried
Not
it?
yet, but doesn't that
Yeah.
sound interesting?
It
Yeah, it
does.
really does. I'm excited about it.
Mhm.
Okay. Now on to VR events. Summer is coming. It's actually already here, and so are the events in VR. We're we're concerts, we've concerts, performances, theater, educational workshops, you name it. Get your calendar out and start scheduling your life in the metaverse.
Now, first up, attention jobbers. If you're looking for a VR headset, yeah, I miss those days at Kmart. If you are looking for a VR headset, accessories, or other immersive tech, Amazon Prime's Prime Day sale is June 23rd. And there are already starting to be discounts on many things VR. Also, this is what I found is that sometimes I don't get them from Amazon. I go to Best Buy and other online and
Mm-hmm.
in-store sales because they'll match or offer lower prices just to compete with Amazon. So go check it
Good
out.
move. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
The global immersive tech community is converging on the Long Beach Convention Center for AWE USA 2026 from June 15th to the 18th. This is the world's largest spatial computing expo with massive industry tracks covering enterprise XR, spatial AI design, and next-gen display hardware. It guarantees a massive wave of breaking announcements. Watch this space as many of our community members will be attending, and we're looking forward to the updates.
We
Mm-hmm.
are. Well, for the gamers and content creators listening, the Digital Summer Showcase season is kicking off. The highly anticipated Upload VR Summer Showcase is officially locked in for June 12th, right around the corner, promising us 2 days from now, promising a massive lineup of fresh game trailers, hardware deep dives, and release date drops across all major standalone and PC VR headsets.
Now, in a few hours, educators in VR will be in VR chat for their unique immersive classroom introduction. This is something we have done for years, and we've had so much fun, and we recently introduced it with all kinds of updates and stuff to our longtime favorite in VR chat. So seriously, come join us and don't miss it today in VR chat.
Mm-hmm. Next Tuesday at the regular Tuesday Educators in VR workshop, the immersive education team will be exploring AI and privacy with a strong focus on digital safety, highlighting the new Apple standard for age verification in the operating system instead of the app.
Educators in VR brings you the best and fascinating topics and workshops on immersive education every week in the metaverse and Engage XR Tuesdays and VR chat on Wednesdays.
Oh, I'm looking forward to Friday. Friday, the Educators in VR, the EdVR Unity Work Group is hosting a special event, June 12th. That's Friday. Put it on your calendar in VR chat. Normally it's here in Engage. The team will be hosting a world tour along with an AMA and Ask Me Anything, exploring unique and fascinating worlds
Ooh.
created with Unity in VR chat. And they'll be talking about using the VR chat creator companion and how to get your worlds optimized and imported into VR chat. So do not miss this one on Friday.
Ooh.
Hmm. There is so much to do in the metaverse. If you are looking to make friends, play games, be entertained and or educated, there is no better or more diverse place than in VR. There's Sunday's World Tours with Cadets Metaverse and all the other events they produce weekly. And also be sure to visit some of our favorite partner events, including Africa VR Campus every Thursday and Von D's karaoke events, both in Engage XR, as well as Bridgemakers events. And don't miss Tessa's nightclub and karaoke events in VR chat. And
Oh, there's so many. Are you ready?
Here we go. Are you ready for the rundown of upcoming conferences? Let's go.
Okay, the International XR Metaverse Conference is June 17th through 19th in Estonia.
Immersive Tech Week in the Netherlands starts June 23rd.
June 30th, July 3rd is the XR Creator Con on-site hackathon and conference in Berlin, Germany.
SIGGRAPH 2026. Yeah.
It
All right,
is.
SIGGRAPH 20. Yeah. SIGGRAPH 2026 is in Los Angeles, July 19th through the 23rd.
And I got a short one. GamesCon is in Germany, August 26th through the 30th.
Meta Connect 2026, September 17th, virtually hosted by Meta.
I'm sorry. IEEE's ISMAR 2026. I'm still trying to figure out the balloon Germany. It's Berlin. I'm sorry. I've lost it. We usually go through that list so beautifully, and I've messed it up. All right.
I blew it.
IEEE's ISMAR 2026, October 5th through 9th is in Bari, Italy.
Oh, you had me laughing so hard, Laurel, I almost lost my place here. All right,
Yes.
December 7th through 9th is United XR Europe in Brussels, Belgium.
Okay.
If you would like to have a favorite conference or XR event featured here, please let us know.
Since 2018, Educators in VR is really, really proud to remind you that we have produced over 8,000 educational events for over 80,000 participants in the past 8 years. I love saying that. And we
did
bring
not
you,
make up those numbers.
yeah, no, they've been everyone counted. Okay, we bring you weekly free educational VR events, training sessions, and paid workshops all the time. So check out our social media and website for more information and subscribe and join us. Okay, ladies.
Chat VR. Here we go. Chat VR, not chat AI,
Yes.
chat VR. Okay, today's chat VR discussion is on AI and XR and its impact on travel, specifically travel through virtual worlds, platforms, apps, and more. After all, traveling and exploring the metaverse is what we love to do best, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely. I often think of our community as a group of adventurers exploring new worlds and civilizations.
Hey, wait a minute, that's Star Trek.
I know, but it still applies.
Okay, yes, it does. You just wanted a chance to say that, didn't you?
Let's
I know
boldly go.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Engage XR's powerful AI agents in the newly rebuilt experience editor has us really rethinking through the whole concept of AI and XR. And AI agents are becoming more than just doorstops or brick doors. We are so used to it in gaming, and they're now talking and interacting with us, moving around and leading us through all of our virtual experiences. It's really game changing.
It is game changing, isn't it, Laurel?
It is.
It is. AI is expanding beyond creating models and environments to embodying assistants and informed guides that join us on our trip through a virtual world experience. This technology is starting to come into VR chat and other social VR platforms, apps, and games.
You know, Vertex Form 3D, as one of the examples in this, is they are doing amazing work, and they're using their award-winning World Expo app to include very soon AI agents and AI-driven interactions that take visitors on a tour of many different places and landmarks around the world. This opens so many possibilities, so we want to hear your thoughts and experiences.
Absolutely. Our chat VR is all about traveling in the metaverse and XR with AI by our side. What are your thoughts on this? How will it change our experiences? You know, I have to say one thing real quickly. When we got to Darren's house, it was so exciting. I recognized Darren's house because we were in that app that I always forget the name of. Matthew, you always remind me.
Resonate?
No, the one where you travel the world. Oh, what's it called? Google.
Wander?
Not Google. Wander. The Wander app. It was probably a couple years ago, and Darren took us on a tour of his neighborhood and we saw his house. So when Lance and I actually drove up to his house, I recognized that from the tour that we were on, our VR tour, which was really cool.
Wow. So what about you? The mics are open. We'd unmute. We'd love to hear from you all. What do you think about the AI guides and what kind of difference they're going to make in your experience? And have you experienced them yet? And George, have you had any interaction with AI apps?
Yeah, I've been
VR?
playing around.
Yeah, and?
What do you think?
I think it has a lot of potential. I think it's just the beginning right now, but I see that it really is going to be amazing.
Have you been using any guides, or how have you been using them?
Oh, and I don't know, just once in a while, just poke and play with something. But
Okay.
I can see that the future potential is amazing.
Yeah, last week's Med Health Edition was incredible, where they had AIs that Sharon Putnam set up. One was a patient, an elderly patient. The other was the daughter. And your role is to play like a nurse or an assistant or something, come in, and you're supposed to ask the patient to help. But the daughter, the AIs are set up for the daughter to interrupt all the time. And the patient AI was also an elderly person with dementia. And so, she didn't always make a great deal of sense and didn't know who people were. So it was designed to set up a stressful moment for the person to actually dig in and be stressed in that situation. And the AIs did an amazing job, didn't they? That was really fun.
Oh, that was incredible. That was
Tom
really,
Furness
really
and
good.
I especially had trouble with our waiter, who kept
that was
trying
the time
to.
before.
We tried to order soup, or not soup, but anything but soup, and all the waiter would think we were saying was that we wanted soup.
That was
the frustration.
last month's. Yeah, well, let's explain what was going on. That was last month's XR News Innovation Spotlight, and the AIs had been programmed to hear what we said differently than
as if
what
we had
were saying. Aphasia,
so that
yes.
We would think one word and say another, and so speaking to anyone, especially a waiter, and trying to order something was almost impossible for someone with certain kinds of aphasia. So it recreated what that would be like for us. And it was funny, but it was also let us know how really stressful and frustrating that must be for someone who really does have aphasia out in the real world. So that's one of the really interesting applications now for AI in VR, is that it can reconstruct so that the person involved with the recreation of it understands from the point of view of someone else. I mean, it's an empathy engine, and that's what they call it too, an empathy engine.
That's interesting. Now, Julian, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So you are the head of the Virtual Worlds Museum, and we're so glad you're here. How is AI impacting what you're doing to preserve the history of the metaverse?
Thank you so much for inviting me to speak. I will be talking about this at AWE next week.
Good timing.
Yeah, of course.
Alongside Ivo Heining and Wagner James Aoud, the author of Making a Metaverse That Matters. A lot of the AI implementations I'm seeing for what we do specifically is for the future. Most of the research we really needed to do by hand because we look in many different aspects. We don't just like scrub Wikipedia or the Internet Archive. We actually interview world builders, and we interview programmers that were around those days for the platforms. And we have a backlog of videos from Rec Room before they closed that we haven't edited yet. And that's part of our Spotlight video series, is that we're going to edit these and we have a backlog of videos from Multiverse before they close. And then now we're
Oh,
going to start
Wow.
recording interviews for Spatial, because Spatial is about to close. So we're the only ones that are
awesome.
actually going through and talking to world builders. And something really remarkable that we also did for Rec Room is we extracted our museum hub from Rec Room and exported it into VR chat. So we have a recreation, we have a
Oh,
live artifact from Rec Room into VR chat.
excellent.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
Nice.
wonderful.
yes, yes. And then so we're going to conduct interviews in that space. We're also doing a build in Second Life, which is the Sunset exhibit, which is all the worlds of the past. You'll be able to learn from that in Second Life. And we also have a build going in Engage, which we would love to invite you guys at some point. And the last thing I wanted to mention is the Virtual World Museum is not only the exhibits in the Spotlight video series, but we have also created something called a teleportal, and you can find on our website, and it's the map of all of the virtual world platforms. We created a map
Oh,
that you can then actually explore all of the virtual worlds, and our website is virtualworlds.museum. So instead of a .com, we're a .museum, and you'll find a link to the
oh,
Ooh.
lovely.
teleportal, and you can explore virtual worlds.
Oh, we
That is
appreciate your work.
awesome.
We really do.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you
And
so
we're
much.
serious about people helping with the Kickstarter and stuff. So please give. You're set up as a
Mm.
nonprofit, right?
We are not a nonprofit, but we're not selling anything. It's one of these things
Okay.
where it's more out of a passion project. Our
Mhm.
Kickstarter is 99% funded, so we're like at the
Oh,
last second, and we have like 30 hours to go. So I would encourage
oh,
Oh,
your listeners
please.
towards
Oh,
virtualworlds.museum. You can find a link there, and you can learn about all of our efforts and how you can contribute and be a part of our community, because we're building hubs in all of the platforms, and that itself is a really, really giant feat.
wow, it
oh, we
is.
know. Yeah. Boy, do we know that.
Yeah,
wonderful
we know that well
project.
too well. That's wonderful. I'm so excited about that. And we are definitely going to have you here. And what now? You have to survive AWE.
Yes, yes, I know, I know.
But
That's
in the
gonna be
next 30 hours, we've got to get the little more contributions coming in your way, too.
exactly.
Yes,
We have like 1 day left, so I would love it if you guys can share that on LinkedIn and let people
we
know.
have. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we love spreading the word on all of these different things. They're just wonderful, wonderful. So
Absolutely.
Karen and Steph, what about you and the impact of AI? What are your thoughts on the whole idea of traveling with AI?
You know,
Well,
go ahead, Steph.
what you were saying,
You
you were about to
start, and
say.
then I'll take
Okay.
us out. Okay.
Alphonse and Gaston. For me, what I'm interested in is seeing about what traveling is expedited in this way, or I should say, world building itself expedited in this way. We're going to come to a point where an AI will simply be able to bring up this studio as we now see it, but then change it to whatever we want in an instant. And that is
The
all thanks
holodeck.
to AI. That is travel of a whole other nature.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
It is.
No,
Steph?
I was
I
just
mean,
going to say,
thank you,
yeah,
Steph. Yeah.
I was just a little disappointed when we went to Disneyland that there weren't like, a few robots walking around welcoming us and that type of thing. No, seriously, because
We've seen them. Yeah, we've
Disneyland
seen
is,
them YouTube. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and they're on the cutting edge. So, and they're all over Japan, right? I mean, I don't know about
Mm-hmm.
Disneyland in Japan, but I mean, they're just all over Japan. So I would have thought we would have seen a few, walking around, but we didn't.
Oh,
The
just may have
first
been in the wrong place
robots,
at the wrong time.
yeah, the
Maybe
first
so.
robots that I ever saw were in Disneyland as the presidents when in the presidential hall. I don't even know if that's still there.
Oh, it is. That was the first thing we did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And those are robots, aren't
Yes,
they?
they are.
Yep.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
very true, Lorel.
Animatronics.
Yeah.
I go
Animatronics,
all the
yeah.
way
Yep.
back. I'd go all the way back to the World's Fair of 1964-65, and the first animatronics were in the world
Yes.
of tomorrow.
Yes,
And
in Seattle.
that tomorrow
Mhm.
took a long time to get here, but we're getting there.
We're
Yes, we
getting
are.
there. That's
Yep,
a really good point. That's a really good point. You
it
know,
is.
there are so many dark things that are associated with AI, and I
Hmm.
understand it and I respect that. But for me,
Mhm.
there's also a great deal of joy. I
Yes.
teethed on Star Trek. I teethed on,
Mhm.
the all the technology joy that is out there, and I want all of it. I want to be able to tell my computer to go to search and replace through a document and fix the punctuation and to move things around and change things, but I want to tell it and have it do it. I spend a lot of my days doing fiddly things that I think I'm so entitled. I'm an
A
entitled
waste of
tech
life. Yes.
person.
Yes.
Yeah, but I want to, I want to have it do things that are time wasters that I spend so much
Yeah.
of my time wasting. And so I'm eager for that to rise. It's getting there. Unfortunately, there's a learning curve, and I actually have this. This is a true story. I actually saw an article. I told Steph. I found an article yesterday that was said that there was a way to set up your computer so it would do a lot of these fiddly things that I do all the time. And I only read about 2 paragraphs, and then I shoved it into my read later pile because I don't have time to read an article about how to save time because I'm too busy
Yeah.
doing the
Uh-huh.
fiddly fiddly bits when the
Uh-huh.
there's a balance there, and I haven't found it yet.
Yes.
And so I'm
Or
really
the time
excited.
to learn the thing that you need to learn to
Exactly.
Right.
save the time.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can imagine with like virtual worlds museum is having the data from the creators in there with an AI, and it could be a representative of the creator, or it could be just an AI guide, a tour guide. So instead of, we used to go to museums and they'd hand us these big, huge tape recorders that we'd walk around with
Oh yeah,
headphones
with
and
the
listen
headsets.
to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
headsets, and listen to the stories about the artwork. The AI guides are a great way to have that audio experience that gives us more information, and we can ask questions.
Questions.
Right.
Yeah.
Julie, did you want to add to that?
Yes, that is in our roadmap. We call it an AI docent, a museum docent.
Yes.
Gives you all the information
Excellent.
and can actually give you a personalized tour of virtual worlds. And furthermore, imagine a solution that allows people to book tours and meta traversal tours in different worlds. And you can say, I want Andy Fidel to take me, or Paige Dansinger, or different world builders,
Oh,
and create a way
Oh.
to organize these world tours. So that's something that we're working on, but that all requires community support.
Yes,
Right.
it does. And we're here to help. So I
Thank you
love
so
that.
much.
Yes.
we're
Yeah,
part of
thank you.
that.
Oh, yeah, I want to thank everyone for your comments and all of your input and stuff. And this is a topic we're going to be returning to over and over again because AI is changing the metaverse, and it's changing how we do the news. Steph has
Yes.
taken that time and gone through and actually a lot of our news is initially generated by AI, and then we go
Just
through and
this
we
past week was
edit.
almost the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
edit, and go through and find and add, customize it. But it is helping in so many different ways. So thank you so much for all your love and support for everything that we do.
Yes.
All right, take
So
us out, Karen.
now,
All right. Okay. So thank you again to you, our audience, for your love and support. And don't forget that next week is the 3rd Wednesday of June with XR News Innovation Spotlight with Maxwell McGee, Chris Madsden, and Dr. Tom Furness. They will likely be exploring those new features we just showcased on Engage XR, and you won't want to miss that.
no kidding. XR News is produced by educators in VR and our XR News volunteer team weekly here in Engage XR. We've been bringing you the news from across the metaverse since 2018, and we're still rolling along weekly every Wednesday and with the news you need to know.
And some you don't, probably. So coming up
Right.
Yeah, coming up the first Wednesday of the month is our XR News Med Health edition with Rachel D in July. And get ready, because Christine Schwartz is going to be here in Engage XR. She is the co-founder of the Virtual Round Ballers, a movement-based mixed reality experience that started with a virtual basketball and has expanded into a wide variety of athletic sports that captures your imagination, encourage you in your virtual fitness routines beyond supernatural. So come join us to discuss her passion for wellness and fitness on July 1st.
Yeah, we all need motivation that way. Okay.
Yes, we do.
Each of our shows is filmed for YouTube, so subscribe and share with your friends. Keep up with XR and help us share the news from around the metaverse. Join the Educators in VR Discord and subscribe to our social media channels to find links to what we highlight in the show and much more about the metaverse and immersive education.
Thank you to our Educators in VR partners, sponsors, and supporters, including iLearn, the Reinhardt Foundation, Girls STEAM Institute, Virtual World Society, Cadets Metaverse, Vertex Form 3D, Bridge Makers, and Engage XR. We're also looking for volunteers to make the news possible, so come and join us.
And let's not forget to give credit where it's due. We couldn't do this show without the assistance of our AI helpers, Perplexity and Gemini, who help keep us up to date and organize all the hard work created every day by online professional and citizen journalists from across the metaverse industry. Thank you to all of you and whatever its there are out there for tolling in the metaverse. I don't know. I mean, is it a he or a she?
It doesn't matter. From the it's a they. Didn't you know that? It's a they.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. From the very beginning, we have always said that you don't have to be crazy to work here. It's actually a job requirement, and it takes a crazy village to produce this show for you every Wednesday here at Engage XR. Take time after the show, please, 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 to thank everyone who gives so much of their time and insanity to make this show possible. And we really do thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And
Indeed.
remember, you are the reason we do the XR News Show. So until next time, stand up, stand tough, and most of all, in these amazing, uncertain times, please, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Bravo.
We did a thing!
Yay!
Indeed we did.